Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Big Jiu-Jitsu Show, a member of the Pod Bros Podcast Network. Don't forget to go to podbros.com, find yourself another podcast that you would like to listen to, and check out our sponsors. We got Tape Armor, best tape in the business, in my opinion, to keep your fingers safe so they don't look all crinkled when you get older. And of course, Trap and Roll Soap Company, the best soap. And you know, we can always argue about who has the best soap. We've got the best soap when we use Trap and Roll. Promise, it's veteran-owned, natural, and you feel pretty damn clean after you use it. So check out Trap and Roll Soap Company, as well as our other sponsors, Angry Joe Coffee and PR Performance. So before we even get started this episode, I wanted to say, I was really happy to have Shawn back on the show again. You know, with life and everything going on, it's difficult for us to get on the show and talk to each other. So when he said, hey man, you want to do an episode? I was fucking ecstatic. So I really hope you enjoy this episode as much as I did. And, hey, hit us up on bjjshow.com. Give us a rate and review on iTunes, 5 stars preferably. Yeah, I'll settle for 4 too if you really feel strongly about it. And buy a patch, buy a shirt at bjjshow.com, and find all of our old episodes there. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. Speaking of that, we like you said, we're the original team. We're the fucking founders of the podcast. Yeah, we did it. And we're recording right now, by the way. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, Shawn, man, how have you been, dude?
Hey, Rob. Long time no see. It's great to see your gay-ass tie-dye T-shirt on the screen.
Thank you.
Missed you.
It's been a while since we did an episode, so I guess I kind of should have expected a straight-up insult for my my hippie clothes, man. I got another tie-dye shirt if I need a change.
No, because I was wearing my Rolling Stones tie-dye T-shirt from the 40 Licks tour at the bar, whipping people's ass in pool the other night.
Hell yeah!
I actually brought my own stick, so that's like a lame feeling when you are walking into the pub with your own stick. But I went there on the auspice of playing pool, so I was like, is it a cool enough move to walk in with my own cue, being that I'm just going to play pool? I'm not in a league or anything.
Yeah.
So I felt okay about it. Plus, that bar has the most bent pool sticks you can ever imagine.
Which bar did you end up going to?
Paul's Pub.
Oh, Paul's?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the pool sticks were pretty bad. What I want to do, or what I would find hilarious, is if somebody walked in with a pool stick, just brought their own, had a really nice one, put a glove on it, and was just fucking awful at pool. Just so bad at pool. I don't know why. That would just be funny as shit to me.
Yeah, and then you could be like, sweet glove, brah.
But hey, man, how much you pay for that? Have you ever thought of investing in fucking lessons instead? It's like getting a good gi, man. You don't have to do jiu-jitsu. You just need a good gi, right?
Yeah, those show reels make you better, even if you're a white belt.
Yeah, automatic. It's like you equip something in Final Fantasy, gives you plus 10. It just gives you plus 10 Berimbolo skills, or plus 10 to...
it gives me plus 10 agility to my Berimbolo.
Or it gives you plus 10 to fake Brazilian accent, or whatever you want it to be. You can't have both unless you get one of the rare ones. Each show you roll only has one buff in each stat. So it's either fake Brazilian accents, agility to Berimbolo. I would say.
Okay, you're getting on too big of a nerd tangent. I don't know if all our are gamers.
You're right, they're not. Speaking of which, I do want to give a shout out to Jeff Shaw for saying some very kind words about our podcast, because he's getting married this week. Congratulations to him. And he said that there was not going to be an episode. He said, here are some podcasts you should listen to. And one of them was ours. And said that we put out quality content. So, Jeff Shaw, I wish you and Betsy happiness. And thank you for being nice to our podcast when we have had jokes about many inappropriate things and talking about beating up Steven Seagal and, shit like that.
Yeah. Indeed. I haven't seen much of Steven Seagal in the news recently, so I'm sure he'll do something extremely dumb soon.
I can't wait, man. I really cannot wait for another Steven Seagal incident. Like, wasn't he like out in Russia doing a judo with Putin or something, or doing an Aikido demonstration where he?
I'd love to do judo with Putin. I would let him toss me all over the fucking place.
Actually, that's like one of those stories, man. So what were you doing in Russia? Well, man, I was just like backpacking through the area, and Putin's like, "Hey, man, you look, I see you have a gi in your bag. You want to go do some judo?" And we did judo and ate borscht. Like,
oh, so we have this new gal at the club talking about judo,
yeah,
and she was on the West Point judo team, and so like we're just doing a randori type thing, and then my judo's pretty decent, but on last Tuesday or something like that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just kind of like not be so heavy on my feet and like see what she can do, and she completely fucking tossed me, dude. I like saw my feet in the air. I'm like, oh damn, this girl's legit, man. Like judo's pretty sweet. Like even if you're smaller and you know the mechanics, like you can throw a lot bigger person. And I mean, it was legit, man. I like flew.
Damn. Well, were those some of the pictures you posted up of her doing one throw as well? Was it the same lady?
That was the same throw she did on me, but just like perfect form,
Jesus. So speaking of which, you've started up your own club, haven't you?
Yep, Gorilla Grips BJJ. It's something that I've wanted to do, and I think that I finally have enough skills where I can impart on others and help people, and it's all good vibes, man. So like, it's free. There's no belt BS. You earn everything you get. You show up, and I've been able so far to eliminate almost any of the politics that make a place unpleasant to be. And as you know, like I traveled the world in my last job, and I'm just taking all the positive things that I saw at different schools and trying to impart those into what I'm doing here. So yeah, and I'm always like when I'm doing like a lasso guard, I'm like, put your foot in there like a damn ape, like so like I think the Gorilla Grips really kind of fits my style and everything like that. And so we're giving free lessons to active duty military veterans, family members, dependents, law enforcement, etc. So
that's awesome, man. Like you fucking do it. I'm so glad that you started something up, man. I'm glad that like it looks like you have some good sized classes out there as well. With
yeah, we're growing. Like every week, it seems like we're getting one or two new people. So
awesome.
And that's funny because we were in this little tiny room, and I tell everybody, like when you do jujitsu, you're like, oh, I do jujitsu, like it's what you talk about if it's your life, So I was, like when I'm in the gym, when I'm out, I'm like always talking to people about like how good it is for your life, how good it is for this and that. And we were up in Riley Barracks. It's just like a soldier barracks. So that room ended up getting taken away from us, which was our original home, And now we're in a gymnasium where other people see us doing jiu-jitsu and they come and say, hey, can I join? Or, and I just am very welcoming to everybody that walks up. So take your shoes off. I'll show you some stuff. And so that's been able to garner us a bunch of new students just by being visible to those soldiers that are working out or doing PT or curious what are those dudes doing wrestling in pajamas. So.
No, that's awesome, man.
It's a blessing in disguise getting our little barracks room taken away.
Yeah, because you always get people come over and they'll like we had a similar setup in the annex before we had that taken away. So now we're in a cafeteria that nobody uses. So like we have no visibility now. So it's kind of word of mouth at this point. But yeah, like being out there, people come up like, oh shit, like I've always wanted to do it. Yeah, that's perfect. That's like one of the best ways to grow it. And since it's the main gym, right? It's Barnes. Is it at Barnes?
No, I'm doing it over at Eifler.
Oh, even better, because that's like right there where everybody does PT too.
Yep.
Gangster. That's so cool, man. So being a club runner now, man, like run into any difficulties like logistics and whatnot? Like it's like what's your experience so far?
Or somebody has the gym reserved, or they like want to check our IDs multiple times, but like with anything, like, and I'm not paying for a rental space, so there's hiccups, and if people have the reservations, and like on the military side, they're like, well, you're not reserving these for a combatives class, you're teaching jiu-jitsu, and even though we have high-ranking military people in the class, I'm not going to lie and be like, I'm teaching combatives here. So
yeah,
just by virtue of what you're doing, like when you want to do something positive, there's always like hurdles. Like even if you're giving away something for free and trying to help people out, it's funny how all those issues come up, and it's like, you just got to keep jumping the hurdles and leaping through the roadblocks. So
everybody wants to hate on something good that's free. You know what I mean? Like if you're donating your time. Like Shawn, I'm sure you didn't walk up and be like, here's the deal, I'm gonna run this club, everybody pitching $5 a lesson, and then you go down to Vinny's and you eat pizza and wings. Like I don't think that's how it works. But why do people still hate on it though? Like it blows my mind. People hate on something good and free at the same time.
Yeah, it's just the way of the world right now.
We need more hugs and more pizza and wings.
And tie-dye t-shirts.
And I mean, I'm going to burn this fucking shirt after this, for multiple reasons. But, we'll discuss that offline. Speaking of which, speaking of something we'll discuss more offline, I actually used a quote. I quoted you in class the other day. I had to do something unfortunate. I had to kick a student out. And I'm not going to get into the details on here because I told him that I was going to keep it within the team, but if he acted up again, everybody know why I kicked him out. And I said, the mats don't lie, and neither should we. And I was like, that's what Shawn said. The mats don't lie, so we shouldn't either. But I think that's something a lot of people need to focus on.
I actually had a situation where a guy came in and he said he was a brown belt, and said he had some lineage. And I know a ton of people in this community on Facebook. And then when I Facebook friended him, I didn't have one mutual friend of his, right?
Yeah.
And in addition, this guy, like when we were about to roll, like took one of the female students to the side and was like, I'm going to just teach her the basics. And I'm like, well, we're rolling right now, And I didn't say anything, but then I finally got him to roll with me, and he's like, well, I'll roll with you, Nogi. And, like, I was just messing around and tooled him up, like, 4 different ways, like, inverted, just playing around. And then he cardio tapped when I mounted him, and I'm like, well, I'm going to have a conversation with this guy because there's a certain standard on my mat of your skill level.
Yeah. And
I can't have this guy wearing a brown belt and not representing the belt. He hasn't showed back up since we rolled. But, that's just like, even if you've had a 5 or 10 year break from jiu-jitsu, like you still should represent like the, I guess, right qualities. Like even if I had a visitor black belt, they probably wouldn't step on my instruction or teach while I'm teaching, or do something like take a cute female student to the side of the mat and offer them a private lesson while everybody else rolls. So like that's just shit like I'm going to stomp out if I see, as would you. I mean, it's just inappropriate behavior, and you're like, okay, like if you've been around jiu-jitsu a day, you don't do something like that.
Yeah, it's, I mean, that's like a very, like, I'd like to think that's a very like rare event where you have to like tell some dude quit being fucking creepy and like not roll like, I only roll with the women and I'll teach them proper self-defense. You get your Steven
Tackle and grapple.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Jesus. Fucking dude, like the like why do people use martial arts to be shitty? Like, it's funny. It's never like the Cobra Kai dojo where they run around and like beat up new kids from Reseda or whatever. They just get creepy as fuck, man. Like I don't get it. Why can't they just do that? Then it's easier to know who the fucking douchebags are in martial arts. fuck. Actually, I kind of do want that now. Could you imagine that? Just like walking down the street and some dude's like, hey, I heard about your gym. My style is better than yours. We'll meet here, next week, give you 7 days to prepare, and we'll see whose style is better. Like the movies, man. Why can't we do that shit? Fucking hate people. Not all people. I love our listeners, and I love the people I train with. I hate asshole martial arts people. I just hate them. That's the way it is. But like, you're talking about that or like representing your belt. I mean, we had a guy who came in, and shit, I'm trying to remember his name. It was Peter, and it was this short dude, and he came in. And he was like, hey, I've been training like 5-7 years or so. I was wondering if it's cool if I trained with you guys. And I was like, hell yeah, man. I was like, what belt are you? He was like, I'm just gonna wear a white belt. I'm like, okay, you're just gonna wear a white belt. That sounds good to me, I guess. And then he showed up and he beat the shit out of everybody. I was like, oh, dude, what belt are you for? He's like, well, I got my brown belt back in like, what was it? Like 98, 99 or something like that. And then I was like, please wear your brown belt. You're a brown belt. Nobody's going to take that from you. And then he showed up and he brought some old pictures like him and Helson and like a lot of the guys in San Diego. Like, and he was young in those pictures. It was pretty cool. Like, you don't lie. The mats don't lie and you don't lie. So like he brought in evidence as well. I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. But like, is jiu-jitsu getting a lot of stolen valor out here? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, but that's the cool thing, man. There is none. Like, because once you roll, like I'm like, okay, if you come back, you're rolling with me. Not doing that bullshit. So, and everybody else sees that, and you just can't. You can't lie. So
no, hell no.
And that's what's awesome about this sport, right?
Yeah, if you act like an asshole, everybody's going to find out about it. Mm-hmm. And everybody gets theirs eventually. That's just the way it is. And I feel like if you're doing something positive for the community, doing something good things happen to you, and then eventually shitty people get what they deserve.
Right.
Like, I don't know, getting arrested for dog fighting rings. Or, that guy's a piece of shit too, man. I forgot his name.
Michael Vick?
No. There was a jiu-jitsu black belt who got arrested for having like a dog fighting ring.
Yeah.
So I figured they should just like open up a cage and just like put in like a good 40 to 50 just dogs in there and just let them do whatever they want. You can't.
Oh yeah, I had another good saying too. Like on Thursday, I had some folks just like in there, and for those of you that are military affiliated, PT means physical training. I just had a couple soldiers walk up to the mat. And they're like, hey, can we join? And a guy, I was in my gi, and the guy's like, oh, how do I get that belt? And I said, this belt don't mean shit, man. I mean, it's a gauge. If somebody hasn't rolled with me, or they should be able to identify, okay, this person is at, this, but the belt doesn't mean anything, when in the end. And I kind of realized this toward the end of my blue belt. And my skills were, everybody was telling me, oh, you're a higher belt than that. And I'm like, went through our mental thing of being like, man, I should be a higher. Well, the fact is that, I wasn't, nobody had given me that officially. But like, I was still proud either way of the game I was playing and my jiu-jitsu. So I think that really taught me an important lesson. Like, well, okay, you can be a blue belt. And now there are blue belts when you watch IBJJF in the adult division that are skilled like a black belt, that are super duper skilled. So it just gave me a little bit of a new perspective. And when that guy said that, well, you can come out here and wear a black belt if you want, but you're not going to be able to hide your mat time, know. So
no, it's true. Like, you talk about the different skills. I'll talk about somebody who I always think about with that is our buddy John Kim.
Yeah,
he showed up as a blue belt, and I've got the form.
Who just coincidentally, congratulations, John, got gold at Masters Worlds.
Yeah, Absolutely. And then, he was a blue belt when I met him. He just mopped the floor with me. I was like,
Yeah.
blue belt, huh? Nah, that dude just amazing. Like, he's such an amazing grappler. And, God, like, so the belt's cool and all. I think it represents a lot of different things. That was something kind of the same realization as, like, belt's cool and everything. And I'm very appreciative to be where I'm at. Don't get me wrong. But, like, I think it's an individual thing. It's a very individual type journey. You know, I can't compare my blue belt to other people's blue belts and be like, you know, mine, you know, I'm better than this person. Why the fuck are they a blue belt? Whereas sometimes you're like, well, why the fuck am I even a purple belt? This blue belt just beat the shit out of me. Like, I don't even worry. Like you said, don't even worry about that shit, man. Just roll, get better, have fun.
Yeah, and this also came up with Demi Lovato this week, right? Or in the last couple weeks, where she got a blue belt and then was catching all that hate from people. Like, dude, you don't know. She said she trained 5 days a week. Like, that's, you know, like, if I train 5 days a week as a white belt, and, you know, like, it's completely possible. And she's doing positive thing for women's jiu-jitsu. Because, like, for me, like, I got a lot of great women in my class. And, like, that is, like, the foundation. When you get more women talk about it, you get more people.
Yep.
You know, and so I'm like, why are people hating on this girl? You know, just because she's famous and a singer, like, and then somebody, granted her a belt that I'm sure she earned, you know?
Because people gotta hate, dude. That's it.
That's all I know.
It's like, my favorite skit of all time on the Chappelle Show is the Player Haters Club. Because it's funny, but in reality, tons of people like that.
She got dolphin teeth.
Osama bin Laden.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I actually probably after this will go watch that skit just because I think it's one of the best skits on a comedy television ever made. Just personally, like that's my opinion. That and then probably Celebrity Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, and the dinner scene from Ashley Schaefer and Eastbound and Down.
That's true. That's a sitcom, not like a skit show, but like that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that might
correction
be.
Received.
Do what?
I said correction received.
Correction received. Although I did get some people starting to say doing the paperwork when they were going to the bathroom. It was like, I'm going to go do the paperwork.
But that's what we call doing paperwork.
Wiping your ass?
Yeah. There's a 2-glover. When people come back from the bathroom, I was like, was it a 1-glove or a 2-glove wipe?
For those of you who are living under a rock and have never seen the show Eastbound and Down, our favorite character is Ashley Schaefer, and he has a dinner scene. Was it season 3? He has that dinner?
Yeah.
Just watch the dinner scene. That's all you need. That's all you need to know. You don't have to worry about anything else in life. Just watch that and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it teaches you a lot of things about life watching that scene. Like the detrimental effects of drinking too much Fanta.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm all hyped up on Fanta.
Maybe I'm just all full of Fanta.
Yeah, I've said that
I'm
too.
Sorry.
I've said that too. And you know what, Fanta really does get me all worked up. But, so, we're like halfway through the year, man. Oh, shit, we're actually a little over halfway through the year. That's how fast this year is going. You got any future goals or plans for the rest of the year? Since we need to do a little more jiu-jitsu talk, I think, before we devolve into talking about Fanta and East meets West fusion of grits and kimchi.
Well, I'm hoping a Fanta representative is actually listening so I can get a Fanta sponsorship. You know, that's been one of my dreams. But my goal right now is I'm just focused on my students and making my students better. I got one of my students, his name's Dylan Bird. He's about 25 years old, and he walked in to jiu-jitsu like I did. And about 260-pound power lifter guy, and just excited about every class, excited about every detail. And I have some students that are my real projects right now.
Yeah.
To get their game better, to improve their flexibility, more than anything, my focus right now is my students. And like when you have students, I think you can only understand that, like, that caring that you have to watch them get better, especially when they have potential.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to see all the time, like every class, they're doing something you taught them or something. And that gives me just like the biggest high, like than anything, than winning my own medals, is seeing my students do well.
It's so cool because, like, for us, it's hard to kind of gauge, like, when we're getting better, right? You kind of lay there in bed at night, you're like, dude, I'm sucking. Dude, I haven't gotten better in years, right? But you get to see, like, when you see it on the outside, it's so cool. Like you said, taking care of your students and teaching them. And then when they get that aha moment, it's very just, like, I love it too, man. I get all hyped up like I'm on Fanta or something.
Yeah. What about you? What are your goals this year?
Let's see. Get some tournaments in. I need to compete. It's the way it is. There's a German, and unfortunately, since you're not out here, I'm using Eva, who's the kids instructor. She just got her purple belt as well. She's going to be my tag team partner for the German Tag Team Jiu-Jitsu Championships. I don't know. So I'm going full macho man. She could be the ultimate warrior because the Hulkster is already taken by you. We're the mega powers.
Yeah. Yeah, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Might bring like a handful of those creams on you. Cream rises to the top. Best wrestling promo ever. Anyways, so do that. And then there's a couple ones. There's like an Abu Dhabi Pro coming up. So I'm going to take my chances and see if I can get a free trip to London to do the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam if I win my division. And then
yeah,
that'd be legit, man. I'd be like eating tea and drinking tea and eating crumpets.
Oh, yeah, that's another one of my goals is to focus a little bit more on no-gi.
That's a good goal.
I think like gi training is so fun for me, and I focused a lot on it. And I just recently, like, I have a lot of soldiers that come to class and they don't have a gi, which I also have to shout out to Brian Crandall of Gis for GIs. He sent me a ton of gis, which have all been taken by students.
Hell yes, that's awesome.
So, and I've even given away my own, but still, with all the newcomers I keep getting, I end up teaching some, the dual technique of here's how you do this gi, here's how you do this no gi, and oftentimes in class, I'll have a third of the mat with people without gis. So
you just gotta adapt when you can, man. It's the beauty of running a club.
Here, throw my gi top on.
Wearing those sweet rash guards underneath. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And now you're rocking a fanny pack as well, dude.
Dude, I've always been doing that.
It's been a while, but I've seen you like doing it more and more, man.
Yeah. It's convenient, man.
It's got everything. Hulkster.
Especially if you have pockets. And then when you're in the bullpen for IBJJF, like it keeps your water, your ID, all that stuff you need.
Huh.
Your phone.
It's true. You got to take pictures after the match.
Yeah.
So where does somebody like me start? I don't have a fanny pack. I don't even have a fanny pack game. Like the best I got.
Amazon Prime.
Do what?
Amazon Prime. Get yourself a matching USA one like I got.
I got you, man. I will do that. And then I'll do it right after this. Because I was gonna say the only thing I've ever done really that what was it when we were at Long Beach? I got the visor, grew the handlebar mustache, wore the sandals with socks, and the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. I didn't have a fanny pack. I should have got a fanny pack. Yeah, man, I was total. Was it total tourist at that point?
Yeah.
Fuck, we need to do another trip like that. So I don't know, like we need to do like a trip together at some point. We need to do another jiu-jitsu like trip. You and I.
Yeah. I would be down for like a training trip, like because like you made that new friend from Australia.
Yeah.
Like we should Australia and like just roll a bunch of places like that would be fun for me.
Hell yeah. Well, he said we're always welcome down there. Speaking of which, like the way the interview will be posted on Tuesday, and this will be posted on Thursday. So this will be already you guys will know who the Australian guy is if you listen to our show. Joshua Cooksley. Great dude. But that's an excuse for you and me to go down to Australia and experience barbecued meat in the southern hemisphere.
Put another strip on Bobby.
Yeah. I should ask him if they say that. Then he'll probably just break my arm for being inconsiderate to his to his country. Dude, that guy's a monster. A monster. I've never felt pressure like that in my life. Like, it is, his pressure passing hurts. Like, I almost tapped to his shoulder of justice. That's it. Like, he got me. Like, I usually don't tap to stuff like that because I'm like, nah, I gotta, Rob ain't no bitch. But, like, he put that pressure on me. I seriously considered it. I felt almost like my, not, the jaw that's attached, like the upper jaw that's attached to your skull.
Yeah, like nerve.
I thought it was shifting. Like, it felt like it.
Yeah.
Fuck. So I need to.
I'm getting there. Dude. You haven't rolled with me for a while.
I know.
You'll have to experience my shoulder adjust soon.
It's been legitimately, Sean, looking at the date, it's been about 2 years since you and I last rolled. That makes me sad face.
That's too long.
That is too long. We're gonna fix this shit, and we will figure it out. We'll figure out how to fix it. We'll go on an epic trip to either Australia or to Tucson. Who knows? We'll figure. One of those places, man. So before we head out, Sean, you got anything you want to say to our loyal listeners, since they haven't heard your sweet voice in a long time?
I know it's been probably 6 months since we had the opportunity, and I had some personal issues in my life to deal with. For those that don't know about my dad, but I lost him about 6 months ago, and I'm going to try and get on the show with you a little more consistently. So,
oh, thank God. Like, that's what I've been missing, man. Partner in crime. And we'll have matching fanny packs here pretty soon.
Dope.
Can we do like fanny pack high five things like through Facebook? Just like bump it. Bump it.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Hell yeah. But dude, it's always good to have you on here, man. I do miss having our talks, and we definitely have, you've been promoted to purple. I've got some stripes. So do you remember when we started this as a white belt and a blue belt?
Yeah. Coming along. We're both coming along.
Do what?
And that's, man, we just keep doing it.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, Sean, man, let's do this again here soon. It's probably more often. Let's do more often. We'll start with that.
Yeah. Hey,
I don't want to pressure you.
More tape.
Do what?
You send me in more tape?
Fuck yeah, I got you, man.
I'm running low on tape.
I got you, man. I'll send you more tape.
All right.
I got a whole bunch more here. So, all right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, dude. Let's do it again soon. We'll talk to you guys later. But let's do the actual exit. I'm Rob the Lord Humongous.
And I'm Shawn the Duke Humongous.
And we'll catch you guys next time.